Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be information about the trauma bonding with a narcissist. Trauma bonds are both psychological and emotional. More often than not, you can't just fall out of a trauma bond like you can fall out of love. When you no longer love the narcissist, or you might even have a real dislike for them, that trauma bond can still be present. You can know that the narcissist is bad for you. You can know all the things that they've done to you, but that trauma bond can still weigh you down heavily. These bonds have to be broken so that you can heal. It can feel extremely difficult to stay away from a narcissist, especially if you still care for them and you're bonded to them. First, I recommend you find out about narcissism. This will help you fall out of love with them. It will also help you stick to no contact or limited contact and grey rock if you cannot go no contact. Then you can work on healing the trauma bond, breaking the trauma bond. You're not alone. Lots of people stay in abusive relationships for various of reasons, way longer than they ever should have. Even when they know they want to leave, lots of people go back because of this trauma bond. It's another manipulative tactic from a narcissist. They know that even though you've left or they've left you, that you're still bonded to them. And that's why they will try to, or most will try to, come in for the hoover. The longer the relationship goes on, the harder it seems to break free, as your boundaries have been ripped apart by the narcissist to the point where you no longer have any. As they've controlled you for far too long, you no longer know who you are without them. Trauma bonds are caused by the idealization stages of the relationship with the narcissist, the reward stages, the future faking, your empathetic loyalty to those that you care for, the manipulation you receive from their love bombing and then their abuse. It keeps you off balance and hoping for that nice narcissist to come back when they breadcrumb you to give you that false hope of something that was never meant to be. Traumatic relationships cause natural hormones to be released like adrenaline and cortisol in such high levels it becomes addictive. In the idealization stage and the love bombing stages, you get the dopamine hits. The hormone is intense and you simply become hooked on the dopamine release. In the devaluation stages, cortisol is released to cope with all the stress. With this pattern of hormonal release, it becomes extremely addictive within the body and the mind. After the trauma bond has been created, it's hard to stay away from the narcissist as you lose the intensity of those hormones. You might find you mistake yourself for being in love with the narcissist when you are not. It's worse. It's a chemical and an emotional addiction, a chemical and emotional bonding to the narcissist. You become dependent on them as a direct result of the abuse and the inconsistency you receive from them. It's the cycle of hormones your body and mind have become so used to, and after being conditioned by the narcissist, you become hooked. It's an addiction to the cycle rather than the person. When you look at facts and find them, you'll probably no longer respect them. You'll not trust them. You may fear them. You don't like how they behave. You've probably not got much in common with them. This is not love. You don't want the narcissist because you love them. It's the trauma bond and the conditioning of your subconscious mind that being in any form of relationship with them has now caused. You may think the narcissist will change. This is to try and justify to yourself why you take them back. You need to release this to break free. A narcissist will not change. We cannot help other people change. We can only help ourselves change. The worst things about our excuses that we make they are extremely valid within our own minds. If someone is hurting you, cheating on you, lying to you, undermining your confidence, telling people lies about you, gaslighting you, manipulating you, they do not care about you. The narcissist only cares about themselves. They are abusing you, and it is as bad as it seems. Truly listen to how they speak. It will always somehow revert back to them, to how great they are. Unless you catch them out on something, then of course that'll be twisted around onto being your fault, or those false promises that they will change to keep you living in hope, and they never change, only temporarily to meet a need of their own. Now with some, we can think it's not as bad as it seems due to the gaslighting from a narcissist, and it is as bad as it seems. There is no excuse for a narcissist to abuse you. They don't love you. It's all an illusion. They can't have a conditional love for you. So when you're living life on their terms, all will be okay. Yet as soon as a narcissist isn't getting their own way, they no longer love you. To break the trauma bond, you need to talk to yourself and work out what the narcissist is doing and how the narcissist is abusive in so many ways, and how your life will work out better without them. A narcissist will change their partners, they change their stories, they never change their true selves. You need to start living in your reality. It's very difficult when you've been gaslighted into seeing something different, but you need to start living in your reality. Accept the truth for what it is. Look at it for what it is. A narcissist will not change. You need to acknowledge that someone who loved and cared for you would not continuously treat you this way. They will not change. You need to realise that it's not love you have for them. You have empathy, you have compassion for them. You're allowed to care about them, just care from a safe distance. You're allowed to hate them, just hate them from a safe distance. You're allowed to be upset and grieve. In fact, being upset and grieving is a vital part of the healing process from the trauma bond. You're losing something that was once valuable to you, even if that person you first met never actually existed. Just a narcissist hiding behind the mask like a vampire hiding from the sun. A narcissist will draw every bit of your energy from you, your emotions and personality away from you, often leaving you feeling empty. That's okay. It happened because you're a genuine person that likes to see the best in everyone. But what can you do about an empty glass? You can fill it back up. A building starts with foundations, and you can build yourself back up again with more knowledge and wisdom than you had before to turn into a better you. You will not be able to heal in the same environment that made you feel so out of sorts. A narcissist would not help fix you. If a narcissist was to smash a glass on the floor so it's completely broken, that narcissist cannot come and say sorry to it. A narcissist might, in their way of, I'm sorry glass, you jumped straight out of my hand. Now go and put yourself back together. It'll never happen. You're allowed scars. Now picture that glass back together with pretty sparkly glue. Yes, exactly. You'll not go back to who you were before. You can make yourself better than you were before with some added touches. You'll be more aware of moving on to people who don't want to break you in the first place. Feel how you truly feel. If it's hurting you, your children, your family, if this is how you felt last year and you gave it another go, you know it didn't work because here you are again. You can and you will break the cycle. And when you do, your life will become a lot happier for you. Others have done it and so can you. Take each day as it comes. Start by living in the moment. Baby steps to help you get to where you want to be. You will feel better soon enough, and before you know it, you'll feel great. You need to create strong boundaries with the narcissist to gain your self-respect and have lots of self-care for you. Who cares what they are saying about you? Who cares what they are saying to you? Most likely, you have to let that go. They just want to destroy you. As narcissists hate seeing others happy, they are incredibly envious people and they will go all out to destroy other people's happiness. You can be you. You can accept responsibility. A narcissist cannot. You can have compassion, you can have empathy. So it's okay that you wanted to help them change and be a genuine person. There's nothing wrong with that. But you do, however, need to realise that you tried, you gave it your all, it's breaking you, and you are no longer a happy, confident person. They've taken that from you. You need to walk away from that narcissistic person so you can take that back for yourself. Then you need to put all the effort you put into trying to help them, and you need to put that effort in trying to help you. Yes, you can change. You changed who you once were to suit the narcissist, to serve the narcissist, to fawn to the narcissist behaviour, so you can change to who you want to be now. Yes, it's difficult, but you can do it. Acknowledge your feelings. You're allowed them. They're normal feelings. You are having those feelings to process them. Writing them down, journaling can help. So make a list and then write the fantasy and write the reality. Example, fantasy, they said they would never cheat. Reality, they cheated. Fantasy, they said they'd never do it again. Reality, they did it again. When you acknowledge it or say it out loud or write it down, it helps your brain, your mind acknowledge it. The chemical component of the trauma bond will lessen over time, thus making it easier to move on. Yes, it's difficult breaking trauma bonds. However, it is possible. Start doing all the things that you love to do that the narcissist wouldn't let you do, to recognise how freeing life is without them. Every time you think about reaching out to them, every time you think about calling them, messaging them, every time you think you miss them, find something to do that brings your inner happiness, that brings out your inner joy. You can and you will recover from this. I shall link into the description the video on the 4 signs of the trauma bond and different methods to recover from these, the video on boundaries and the video on the narcissist future faking. If you are looking for more understanding and help overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have an online guide available and the Teachable link will also be in the description. If you're looking for somebody to talk to, I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is also in the description. If you are new to the channel and you find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.